Hey everybody, how's it going? How you doing, Jaron? This is that stupid video thing that randomly happens? Yeah. This would probably be what happens instead of what would happen tomorrow. Hey, Sunny everybody also. How's it going? In between yesterday and today, I actually brought this in, which is the updated controller, new displays and everything. Probably gonna have to expand it to 5 lights, having said that. But we'll see how we go. Yeah, other than that, while I was importing it, it blew past 10,000 satellites. I didn't want that to happen off stream, but apparently it did. Other than that, everything's been ticking over. Oh, and someone goes live for 5 seconds, right. Now I getcha. So it's just a steel problem now, also. The lack of packs, so purple's lacking because of steel for furnaces and steel for low density. So that's something to solve, one would hope. And the best way to solve that would be to finish cleaning up this, because that's the thing that I really should do. Having said that, also building another iron outpost to replace the one that's dead would also be a good idea. So I probably should do that. For those who haven't seen, this is actually similar to what's in Colonel Will's Mega Base, the thing that I dropped in there. It doesn't show the trains waiting in the yard anymore. It only shows loads waiting to be picked up, and then how many trains are assigned to it. I think it was blue for trains assigned, and then... Does it do anything else? I can't remember, actually. It's fancier. No, I don't think I've actually done the changing colours yet, come to think of it. It's not actually running already, it's just running a little test run. I also changed a little bit around so the outpost is a little bit more complicated, but it does speed it up considerably. It's down to... This is down to 4 from 7, which means it scans considerably faster. Oh yeah, and this thing, that dot isn't there. But you can actually see, like, this down there, and then you see this. It's already near and near. It's already done all 4 in the time it takes this one to do 1. That's how much quicker it is. So it's well worth the sacrifice and the change. If I had the light to show it was scanning, you'd be able to see it. I also don't have the yard status light here. So this, instead of having a, these two lights are integrated, the red and the train at the outpost. And it just lights up cyan, what is it? Cyan normally. It goes red if the outpost isn't there. And then it goes yellow if there's a train at that outpost. So if I disconnect that, that should go off. The signaling is not compatible, unfortunately, with the old one. It uses a slightly different system. But yeah, it's also got coal on it. And otherwise, yeah. That's a more long-term one because it requires replacing all of the current outposts. So that's not an immediate change. It's something more long-term because I don't have to change all of these at once. Now, what I got to last time, I actually also trimmed that, cleaned it up. I just need to fix up that kink that everyone's been raging over. Tips getting through the first hour and also how to make sure that you have enough resources, but also buyers that aren't getting annoying. Getting through the first hour, I always build steel early, and a lot of it. It's probably one of the main things, and then that plays in hand with dealing with biters, because I go straight for the piercing ammo pretty much straight away. So it's usually I start unlocking automation, and then the military. Was it military 1? I've blanked out on it. It's been a while now. It's at the top. Yeah, military. So you unlock the... No, military 2. You want to get this as soon as possible to deal with biters. And get all of the shooting speed and damage upgrades up to blue level. Or even actually... Even just all of the red-green ones. Get that as soon as possible. And that'll keep biters under control until you start getting into the heavy, sort of medium stage. So, plan in front. So, because this base started in version 12, it's went through a lot of rebuilds. The starter base actually wasn't very good. I did a terrible transition into the mega base because I didn't have enough starter base to really support it. And given the scale of a mega base back when I was doing mega base, that's actually kind of terrible. Yeah, this thing needs dealing with. I think that's the first. Hey, Kickback Man, how's it going? Yeah, the main thing is tech up military early. It might even be worth doing it, taking up military while you're setting up oil as well. That's probably a little bit ambitious for some to say, because for me that would make sense, but for some people that might be a bit tricky, given the speed that I do things at. But I guess for normal people, you would take that up before, as soon as you unlock green science. Or unlock, I should say unlock, but it starts unlocked. It's as soon as you start automating green science, you start taking up military. And try and avoid the little trivial researches. Alrighty. Oh, yawnings. The real question is, do I want to add 5 yet? So what is there? 5... Hey, Cogsy, how's it going? Want to split up the lanes to specific stations? I used to do that, and it does have problems doing that. I know what you're thinking though. It worked on the original one that I did, but it doesn't scale up. What it really needs is just this junction to be nowhere near as big as it currently is. That's mining productivity 300. So that's 600% production. Let's do a bit of that then. Realistically, it should be split at like the... Well, if I had a few more... What would it be? I'll say 6. Hype? Very much so. Train rebuild hype. I need a train emote. That's awful loud too. There we go. Just thinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 24 trains, becoming 30 if I add... Move input down, have output horizontally as well. That would make the junction bigger again. The idea of having the trains drop out means that they only have to cross... so this is outputting horizontally, it's just got a train length of space going down. That's why it has that length. So the trains can escape, and then they can do their thing here without interfering here. That's the whole theory behind it. Sometimes you get lucky and you see 3 to 4 trains go. It's basically something like that. It's trying to avoid that. I'm just not sure if I want to add... Jeez, he's hammering. This will be all of the N ones. Yeah, it is. Got my precious coffee too. Do I wanna add 5? Probably not. I probably should tell it to make... I might change the controller so it makes better use of the 4 trains that are there. And keep it at 4 for now. I'm probably going to regret making that choice. The other next step is deconstruct that while I think of it. Might as well reclaim this stuff too. It'll just get thrown into here. And that'll be the end of it. Yep, it's all getting thrown away. It's disposed. I could get rid of those too. Anyway, let's get on. It's bad enough doing this for 4, let alone 5. So 1, 2, 3. Where are you going? 4, 5, 6. I was thinking 6, then I can expand it to 18. Although I could just split it into 10. 10's about the limit of one junction. I might need a wibbly wobbly thing though for the trains to fit. Alright. So 10. Oh boy, shapey already. 10's there. There. That's most of its distance. Okay. Because it will probably need a train... A wibbly wobbly... Yeah, it is a technical term, yes. And the train will come to about there. It'll probably end up taking all the space up to about there. I might also reduce stone back to actual 3 again. Where's that there? At least I'll get the stone over to the stone now. And maybe the copper will actually work finely too. Now I gotta remember where I was at. Hey Baba, how's it going? How you doing? Kinda wanna limit it to 8. Just kinda. I might as well do 10. Whoop. Train. Let's just split it in half and assume that I'm going to go 10 and 10. Where are we at? 10. 10. There. I might grab a new blueprint for this. And blueprint all this. And take the station name. Hey Beltommy, when am I going to be done with this map? I have no idea actually. I just keep on adding to it. At some point I've got to add another red belt of science. There's a lot of competition lately. So the rest of the Reddit are up to 1 blue belt, which is not far behind. So I've got to make it bigger. Okay. So in between these two. There. It's just 9, that's 10, okay. I just want to make really surely sure. So chop that. Chop that. Chop that. And chop that. Oops, that was the that was the concrete underneath. So just quickly put that back. Chop that. And chop that. Alright, now we're going to have a whole lot of no-pathing trains. Yep. And next, I need my wibbly wobbly. Track lag. I'll have to wait for the bots, I think. Yeah, I'll need something like this to go down. I need a measuring stick too. Because I don't actually know how long it needs to be. Fothifu, thank you for the follow there. Now you ploop there. I actually have already kind of done it wrong in the sense that it can't do that. Hey, Fothifu, how's it going? What is hanging? Scoop that up. Blep. Wonder if I can do something with that. I could probably turn earlier. Yeah. That is to say, one more there. Like so. I should also consider steering one of these up. Let's see how that goes. So this is indeed a stupidly big base. Probably not helping things by modifying the trains while it's running. But oh well. Yeah, so we're here, which is all of the iron trains. Over there's copper. There's the iron ore unload, which is apparently complaining. Hold it there. Never mind. Right now, I need... Let's slam it to a stop. There. So this is my base, which produces 3,200 infinite science per minute, which is 2 red belts of each science pack. It's currently a little bit short on steel, but there's the 2 red belts of each science pack. I even went to the trouble of making it a literal 2 red belts of each science pack this time. So I know there was a lot of complaints the last time when it was only 1 red belt. The majority of the base is entirely made up of... The production is made up entirely of belts. There's all the smelting. It's all 8-8 beacon, which probably isn't the best. Circuits. 168,000 circuits. Makes for one hell of a laggy site. It's the only part of the base that I kept majority without undergrounds, and yeah, well, it shows. There's everything else. What is this? Some ungodly number of red circuits. Hey ho. How's it going? Yeah, all of the science pack intermediates are belt based. All of the even military sciences here. All the packs themselves just here. From red, green, grey, blue, purple, high tech. I don't know why I say high tech instead of yellow. And rocket production there, which goes into rockets here. Satellites. Even the satellites are on belts. The other thing that's not actually on belts is mining and the oil production, like plastic, uses one of these more sort of conventional, bot-based thing. but I don't have any... except because it's not part of the main base, I don't have any incentive to really do a belted plastic build. Although I probably could late in the long term. Interesting. Yeah, and that's all the oil production. Where are you stopping? Yeah, oil trains do 6.2s just to be ridiculous. It's gone are the days of the 111 oil trains. 8 of these refinery builds. Each build outputs petroleum gas and lubricant independently. Kiwi day today. Get to have the day off. Ooh, fancy. Something that I actually like doing is keeping the oil builds, the various oil products separated instead of interconnecting them. So rocket fuel is in this sort of self-contained build which turns all of the crude oil it receives into rocket fuel. And then another one here. And so there's no, like, it's not receiving light oil from over here. It's only returning, it only makes rocket fuel out of what it receives here for that one and what it receives here for that one. That means that rocket fuel isn't tied into any logic or anything like that. And that's how you can do oil bases without any sort of circuit network. And it's the same deal here. This will, as long as you're draining petroleum gas, the lubricant will always output. So this just turns everything into lubricants. Although, did I actually put any smart stuff onto... No, I don't think I did. I can't see any pumps or anything. I was planning to, but you don't actually need to. Because the chemical plant for the lubricant is first on the heavy oil pipe, it always takes it all. And then this will just get the spillover. And you can use that instead of actually using pumps or anything. I think it's the northeastern most pipe always gets oil first as well. That's something to keep in mind. Where's the... there it is. It's nearly full. But yeah, the only smarts on it is just for the trains. You don't actually need any sort of combinators for anything else. Oh yeah, nuclear power. It uses this build which... It's a fairly it's a compact self-contained build. Producer 2,400 megawatts, and there's 6 of them, which isn't actually enough currently. Apparently it is actually right now, because it's not running at full power. So future me is to add 3 more, or maybe 2 more over there or something. You'll see. But yeah, this map, I've had it for nearly 2 years now. Interesting, slightly different shade. And I've just been adding to it ever since. There's a blueprint on, I think it was on Can's paste bin. Coffee's gone cold. That makes me sad. Oh, that's speaking of sad. This outpost is sad. Nope, don't want to mind that. For anyone says it, yes, I am aware there is the auto deconstruct, but it requires precious UPS. How bad's this one? Also, what's complaining? I'm depleting this patch at a worrying rate, though. I'm probably going to need more mining productivity. Just give it a little trim though. It's always good to reclaim those modules. What is you? 7.2. Actually, what's in the center? It's all over in the 100,000s. Oh, yeah. It's pretty thin around the edge. I could open up that one. I think it's got my... Oh, I'd have to re-stamp it. Oh, nasty. It's got the chest on it too. What's down here doing? Slowly taking a bite out of it. Not in this paste bin? It'll probably be called like the Hopewell reactor or something. Hopewell's nuclear build. Because it's actually, the two of them designed it for exterminators sending supporters to space. Which I don't think Exterminator used in the end. Oh, sure. Oh no, he did the Hopewell's nuclear extended. 202,000 there, that's just insanity. Oh dear, that's not good. Why can't you go somewhere else? Oh, because you're on no pathing. Right, because I'm too busy talking. Also that. I need to hurry up and get this fixed. Trainikins. Scoop that up. It's fine. It happens all the time. Don't come here for pro plays. And that kind of thing. More here to explain things. And junk. I think that will pretty much do it. Yes, this is that wibbly wobbly thing I was talking about. Don't stand there. See, track, think, train, and all of this and that. Loop. Remember that thing I said about see, track, think, train? I should really pay attention to it. Yeah. Doop, doop. Oh yeah, I send this one up. Running the game at a different speed to get higher UPS. No, it's just running game speed one. It's just because I'm pulling up everything, it's the base has stopped. You go there. So there and there. Nope, not there. So when that happens, see how it's got two possible positions? Press R and it alternates between them. In multiplayer it can be a bit glitchy because it's dependent on that latency state. But otherwise, yeah. Handy little thing to do. Handy little feature. That you may or may not be aware of. It's the little subtle little things like that that are not always that clear. You're out of power. Let's put you back in power. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So 6. Loop back round, back down. Back to where from whence we came. There. With some drunk rails. Why am I playing that again? You're the worst. There was an update that changed the way shuffle works, and now it's, well, for lack of a better term, it's just a bit crap. Get rid of that. suppose I could make it so that you could cram more than one train down the train hole. Hey, yeah, thank you for the host there too. The signal GUI is within 16. The R thing goes all the way back to when the whole signal thing was added. This whole overlay with the green knoblets. That goes back to 13. Stuck in C block? Oh dear. They're train bow ties. I'll just leave it at that. No, they're for the trains to have somewhere to hide when their in-laws come. Yeah, that sort of thing. So after the first 10 slots, there's a gap, and then 10 more. And I've split the network. Connect that. That should stop it complaining. Have room for 2 trains? I might as well use the room if it's there. Series stacks. Series stackers are better than parallel. You learn that from games like Open Transport Tycoon or just Transport Tycoon. Parallel stackers mean that trains first in doesn't necessarily mean first out. And you lose a lot of money that way in the Transport Tycoon games. So this is the rest of it. The tricky part is, like, this needs to then do that. So, in theory, I do lose a little bit of space that way. There sits. Okay. I could always bunch up the tracks. I'm worried about horizontal length, because that's starting to encroach on stone, and which I knew would happen. But I've got to watch out. I'm moving all the train parking. Yes. This is the thing that I knew I had to do, but I was trying to avoid doing. Now these are slid out, haven't they? Yeah, see, this is actually an interesting thing with trains. See how these ones are no pathing? And so, oh, that one's no pathing as well. What happens is these trains, they want to go in there because they can't see that there's a train in there no pathing. If I stop it, the trains that's looking in there will move somewhere else. It just did. But yeah, there's no pathing cost to a train that's no pathing. See, it's just gone back there. And it's actually going to this one because it's also no pathing. And that's why they won't move up. It's an interesting thing. An interesting quirk of the pathing. I say interesting, but it's actually really annoying. Seems to be a bit larger than the usual 2 tiles. It is a little bit, yeah. It's not regulation 2 tiles, but we'll deal with it. Deal with it as best we can. Where's the split network? Ah, all that there, right. Rightio then. So it needs some kind of join-a-majig there. Oh boy. There. And then I'll sort that out. Yep. She's all good now. It's quite the train jam. It's actually how long it takes to clear is it'll be a good measurement of how well these junctions work. Because it should clear in no time. No time flat. So that's encroaching on 2 there. Let's purge that. There goes power again. Might bring it down. I'll just send them on an errand. Even sending them back to the unload will make them do a lap of the map. Because they got to go around the lake. Probably go, oh, yeah. We'll see. Oh, okay. So they can't actually get across. The ones that I sent out to Outpost can't go across there. Crap. Why? It's just a bad junction, really. But it was always a last-minute thing. I need another blueprint to sort that out. Since a lot of trains stop renaming, hopefully it shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. Oh god, is the train actually still moving? All trains will always try and settle down to you're actually just a mess, actually. You're off by a tile. There. Dangio Games, thank you for follow there. That was an improvement, but I didn't sort out down here. It's actually too close here. Yeah, see, this should really be like up there, but it can't. It's a very hastily built crossing, unfortunately. The whole thing is there. Just get another blueprint. Let's blueprint all this. This, which is stone. How we can deconstructificate it. Yeah, this is always going to be a big deconstructing move. There's that track lag. Track lag is when, if you have enough track, there's a global update that happens for all trains. And it usually needs a lot of track and a lot of trains for it to trigger. Am I rebuilding trains? Yes, pretty much. So I wanted to split this in half, the actual yard stuff in half, so the junction isn't as big. So big junctions are a problem. They really slow down train throughput. So I'm splitting it in half. I'm also cleaning up this, because this is still part of the old base. And this thing here needs to move over to there to line it up and give this more room. Or maybe in this might even need to move over to here, the other side of this oil or something. It remains to be seen. I hope this was the right one. Yeah, track lag used to be way worse. This map used to get it bad. Which is which? I can't actually see. I think that one's stone. So what I'm looking for is the combinator A. I think that says A equals I. So that's the right one. This could be dangerous. Feels like that could be closer in. Hey, got an F. Yes, more train, fix 'em and fix 'em a jigs. Yeah. Yeah. Just vomit track. I might need to vomit some wire. There we go, vomit more track. Yeah, blueprints can remember train stop names. There's an option to tick to tell it to remember. There we go. 10. I think 10 should have actually been over there, come to think of it. Oh well. While we're at it, paint some of that. And some of that. It was a feature added in 16. I think if I open this... Yeah, see there's a station names option. I just need to watch out. Killer trains and all. So that'll stop them complaining. Where do you want to go? 11. Okay. Some of them may have, yeah. I'll have to tell them manually to go. Because the station was removed, they just skip it. That's why I need to check to make sure I'm not standing somewhere I shouldn't be. How's that? Okay. How about you? No one else is stuck, I don't believe. Number 1, just getting in everyone's way. And again. What do we got? 10, 11 and 5. Just cutting everybody off today. They just can't get. They still can't get through. Nope, they still can't get through. These trains just keep going around them. It's still the same problem. And, well, it's actually less of a problem now. Here we go. 12, 9, 11. Yeah. What are you? 9. Why won't you go? Must be, that's intense. Oh, 9 was there, that's why. Seems to be working. Still convinced. Splitting lanes. As I say, I did do that at one point. It doesn't work as well as it sounds because it depends on. It also depends on the load of each. Like the one where Outpost 3 and 6 are on won't see a lot of trains, but then the others will get busy. Whereas this sort of spreads it out. But as I say, I know the thinking. Whee! Inner lane feeding. That is actually another problem. It shouldn't really send the first one there, but at the same time, there's no guarantee that like some circumstance that causes it to. All four of them. How's this clearing? Oh, it is cleared. Yeah, now this is jammed up because of stone. So I need to continue on, finish it. Also, where is the green wire? I need to find the green wire. There. Green wire is important. It carries the control signal. There and there. So it can receive updates as to what's going on once it has the green wire. If iron 10 over to iron 9, I could do that. There we go. Ah. So now I need to do reconnect these. If I can. Or if it'll let me. Let's just trash that. It's gone. It's gone, and that's gone. Just pick you up and move you over a tile, because that's what we do best around here. Straightificate that track a majig. Oh, you need electric plug. I definitely don't talk nonsense, don't I? As we discovered yesterday, that track thing still hasn't been fixed, even though I thought it was. Hey, Angie. Chest space for to store 2 trains. It's actually something that I should do. Glorious track lag. Doop and a doop. There. Just that was quick. Again. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I saw a hole in this. We'll see how we go. Better be a rocket launch tomorrow, yes. Your body's ready for Falcon. Falcon Heavy. Eh? Now that was an intermediary signal that was meant to start the next train moving while this one was moving out. I think I've actually got this on the wrong signal setup to encourage them, so they can't. Shred Guy, thank you for the host. How's everyone going from Shred Nation? Shred Nation? Saw that Philadelphia got trashed by Eagles fans. Oh, that's right, the kickball was on. Huh? There's Interteeth, roaring away. There we are, being shredded by the Shred Nation. And now the stone trains clogged everything up. Because they're jerks like that. They're jerk holes. Sounds kind of gross, actually. A jerk hole. There's my loopy doodle. Let's have a look at this linkly-doo. And how's it going, Shred Guy? Ah! Dashboard's being mean. It's rude. Hey, Crazy Death. Well, link on that window's gone. It's a good thing I got a backup. Oh, a picture. Oh yeah, I see what you're doing there. That's not a bad idea. Oh, now's, how many puppies have you eaten since last week? No puppies, just, I think there was a miscommunique, because it's cats that you normally eat, not puppies. Puppies are too good to be eaten. You were on, Stationeers, weren't you? Was you not? Oh, yeah. So I can go there, and then it's nice and densely doos. Oh, I have to move all the combinators. Been playing Stationeers the last 2 days. Ooh. You can actually put up with that game? To me it seems like too... It looks interesting, but too irritating to really play. Densificate. I love Evolve. I love Eve. Place. Oh dear. Anyway, so... What do you want to have in the end? What are you doing? That is an excellent question. What am I doing? Why are we here? What is this madness? Why is there a traffic jam the size of normal people's bases? There's so many questions, and not a lot of answers. Let's send you off on a merry little adventure. Just a tiny little one. Why is anyone really here? That's an excellent question too. Off you go. didn't call you... I didn't call you normal there. I didn't call you late for dinner either. Before anyone worries. Off into the traffic jam. Yeah, why not? It should actually be zip right around it. No, apparently not. It's because apparently there's a traffic jam here. That shouldn't actually have happened. There's an odd length train, isn't there? Or someone's parked where they shouldn't be. These two. Nope, it's just off. Okay. Where'd the blooper looper go? There's the blooper looper. Blep. Blep, blep, blep. Fallen Suns. Auto hosting for 3. Where's my maple syrup? I demand maple syrup. Ah. That's a problemo that I hadn't thought of. It's actually it's so compact it's colliding with the junction. Not to worry. Alright, let's worry. The added space will compensate for it. Hurry up and scoop my track up. What is wrong with you? I better not tell off bots. You know what happens when you start telling off bots? They start not doing things. You can. If we... Oh yeah, you just gotta... if you post a link, it just time down. Just give a shout out first. So if it did something like that instead, give it a bit more room to maneuver. Blooper's all over it today, though. The last few days, actually. It's got the dingamajig. Actually, it's probably going to be dinging like mad. Dare I walk over there? Let's have a look-see. Okay. That's a combo witchcraftery. You can go there for now. It's even got concrete under it. Does it draw willies on a a light display or something? Yeah, if I come over here, it should be chiming away like crazy. I'm gonna leave there now. Now, going back up to the top, Shrek, I was saying... yeah, getting the controls. Apparently that's a bit of a problem. Make it global. Error, train jam, error. So 4, 3, 1, 1. Anything less than 2. By -1. 3. Huh? It does a thing. Flexible multiplexer. Okay. Interesting. Not to break it, Dave. Trains are stuck. Yeah, they're just a little bit stuck. Oh, I know, but... just a little bit stuck. It's a work in progress, I guess you could call it. My only tweak to this would be to do that. I know what you're thinking with that, but I want to try and push trains in rather than out. There's a reason for it, because it's... Need to add flamer fuel to get it to work. Okay, I see what I'm missing. So the train controller depends on this one being... This track here being 4th, then 2nd, 3rd, then 1st. So I think I need to watch out for. I'm not entirely sure how I ended up with that design in the first place. I know. I think it was to help get trains in and out at the same time. See, now I'm tempted to tweak it a little bit. I probably shouldn't. But at the same time, I probably should. So if I was to make that an outie... That's when Blooper cries. Ooh, Sam Alandis is also hosting. It's just the way the sequencing works. It depends on... oh, I remember now. It's 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, Colonel Will might actually be on today. Yep. But I have a feeling it's not signalable. Hey, it's Kotanuki. How's it going? Yeah, the Audi's signalable, but not the innie. I think, as far as the signal goes, or as far as the actual thingy goes, so there. Now 2, 4, 5. I don't have a thingy. No, that's no good. Nope, not close enough. So that's 4. Next 4's there. And 2, 4. Just barely. Just barely reaches. Gauge is off. Yeah. It gets more in. It's something I really should have done from the start. Having said that, I think I did the double spacing because that's not a clean signal job. But we'll investigate different options. It's always worth... See, now I'm starting to remember why this existed in the first place. I mean, this could come... No, it can't actually. It can't come down further. The track has to be there. And I did want a little bit of space to walk in there, which was safe from trains. Mainly for visitors. Danicus. Thank you for the follow. Compressing this is also good if I want to increase it to 20 outposts. Or 5. Twitch derping view? That's just a standard. Could force it with circuit on the entrance signals. Well, the current problem is I don't get entrance signals currently. Yeah, and so that's why it was like that originally. Was that it gets a little bit more space out of it. I suppose I could do something like that. But I have a bit of a thing against doing that because it's ugly. There's no harm in trying at saying that. And then I did something like that. Oh, actually... It's just going from wrong to wronger to wrongest. No, that's not possible. Stop there. I feel like this is one of those things that I'll file under future me problem. And do it then, just so I can get the base going again. Think you'd have dedicated... Yes and no. It means... So forcing with a circuit network, I'd need to attach it to the controller. Let's go back to the original. I know what you're getting at. It's been mentioned a few times, having dedicated lanes go to each of the different sections. So, like, iron 10s take, like, the top lane. But that doesn't consider what's happening with each outpost. Like, if all the top ones then run out, all the pressure is on the first few lanes. It doesn't work out as well as it seems. So I'm missing a track there. We'll give it a go anyway before... Whoops, I need the Audi one. Yeah, we'll give it a go and see what happens. I think splitting does have some merit. Actually, I'm talking crazy talk. I'm gonna have to move this thing. Yep. Yeah, it will work. Oh, too far. I hope I didn't just destroy stone then. So that would be bad, because then I would have to redo all of those train stops. I better say... Yes, that says stone. Good. How many hours? Yeah, it is approaching 900 hours. Set up the first one. Alrighty, so we need a pole there for this crap. I also need to grab one of them. What is it? Output P. It outputs P. There we go. Hey man, yeah, I actually blew past 10,000 just importing a blueprint. Doing a few other little things. I probably should keep on with the mining productivity too. Maybe get another 100% worth. Where are you at there? I probably won't actually use the P signal anymore, but I'll keep it in there just for legacy's sake. Legacy purposes. And compatibility. Like, if I want to change the train controller, then I can. Alright, so I need an Iron 2 train. That is immensely convenient. Like, you wouldn't believe how convenient that is, that train, the one train that was actually in, was actually a train that goes to one of these stops. So you hold there. I like that. Still a bit of wiggle room in it. Okay. So I'm going to make that fit in here. Just move it over. Did I add the new train controller? It was basically just the blueprint that I brought in from Colonel Will's Mega Base. It's this thing here. It's not going to get integrated. I'm going to save upgrading to this thing for a new day, because it requires changing all the outposts over too. But this is the new one. New and improved. It's considerably faster. Originally, this one, I wanted the outpost to be simple as possible, but this one, this thing's getting to the point where it really needs a little bit more speed to handle all the outposts. As you see, this thing's flashing through quite quickly, whereas this one's quite slow. Could probably make it faster again if I move more. If I just get rid of the calculation, put all the calculation in the outpost, that can make it even faster again. But the idea is that it calculates on the fly. I do like how fast it is. But that's a bit of a maybe though. It's a bit either or. Scoop up that, put it there. Someone has no idea what's going on. What are these trains doing? They are, yes, as NG stated, they are actually doing nothing right now. So that should be greater than... Wait a minute. 2... 0. Yeah, 0 should be the end one. 1, 3, then 2. Yeah, I'm currently in the middle of rebuilding this section, and I'm aware that there is a rather large train jam going on out here. And that's mostly caused by the rebuild that I'm doing. So, greater than 2. This can probably come back over there. So it's 3, 2, and 1. 0. Trains are so jammed so hard you can hear it. You can actually if you get close enough. You can very much hear them jammed. I better not say jam too many times, otherwise you'll make Exterminator hungry for jam. Ironhold 1 is encroaching on that. There. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Still, they don't just have jam; they also make jam. So 1. T greater than 0, T greater... Ah, that's why. There we go. Center train, center train. They're the ultimate jam factory trains. Can go there. Yep. Scoop that up. Like a spilt bucket of jam. External jam, good on bagels. That should go there. It's complaining about... Oh, it's not too... It's not in there, those them close enoughs. Ah, yeah. Right. Hmm. They want jam now. Whoops. What did I just break? Can't have been that important. So, you plug into there. Then you plug into there. You have a green wire which goes into there. Actually no, it goes there and there. You have a red wire which goes to there, but also goes to there. Then a green wire goes to there. So that'll squirt out the status, how many trains are in there, which I'm currently not using on the new one. Let's move these down. This is the other part. It actually has two of the same things duplicated. This is actually a memory to remember what these are doing. Now move the whole thing up. So it gets coverage of the electric kind. Is that reach? Yes. You go to there. Then we join this. So this is iron 2. Which is complaining because it can't see its thing right this minute. How about now? Okay, that's acquired. And lights are not on yet. That's not right. You need to come up to there. There we go. Now it's working. Turn it on and put it next to a station? What's that? I was concentrating way too hard then to be paying attention. Alright, so that's that. I split print the whole thing. In fact, let's go all out. Blueprint all that. And bugger that off. Just gotta be careful what I deconstruct, that I don't get rid of the actual station. You can go find iron 2. And then the next one can go in there. As soon as I remember where I put the thingy. There it is. I don't know why it puts it all the way down there. You know what's going to happen is I'm going to be like, oh, I want to add a 5th train. Deconstruct. Another thing I might want to do, somehow get roboports into here. Whee! Dong, dong. And again, again. So these are actually iron 2 here, there. And these are in actual fact iron 1, 1, 1, and 1. And now I hope that didn't just confuse all the iron 1 and 2 trains. I really hope it didn't. Just break everything. 3. Okay. You gotta be careful renaming stations like that. Add a 5th train now. Add a 6th for symmetry. You're not wrong there. 6 is a lot though. The trouble with 6 is I gotta change the train controller. If it like 5 and 6, I gotta change the train controller. I'm kinda tempted to add more outposts instead of more trains to an outpost. Also gonna switch that. I hate to double it. Do I want to add more? I'll save it for future me. Again. I'm the worst. I think I'll just add more outposts for now. I think long term will be more overall. So iron 3, 4, 5, 5, 4. It's just 3, 4, 5. Let's get rid of that. Do you have any decent war patches here? Yeah, heaps. I got enough for quite a while still. Where the hell is it? There it is. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Signals that I added to the red wire on the input output of iron 1. So what I can do is actually just do this. Oh, there's a medium pole in the blueprint. Icky medium pole. Bloop and a doop and a bloop. So they're connected. 3, 4, and 5. No, 5. The red wire I didn't put it. Oh, down here. See why they add to the red wire I didn't put up blueprint. May have been overwritten by the blueprint. It seems okay. Because there wasn't anything assigned to it, it should have been fine. That was my assumption. Now, was this the wide enough to fit? No. Easy to remove something? Yes, it always is. It's easy to add, difficult to remove. So what do you got in you? 118k, 227. Hang on a minute. That ain't right. Put tier 4. Oh, tier 4 there. T is how many... T and Q are part of the calculation. So, 2.3k. It's basically saying there's nothing there. Q4, tier 4, Q4, tier 4. Those construction bots. I'm also thinking that just have a little bit of room for some extra bots. I like having construction bots throughout. Just a little feature that I like to have. I like how this is inherently Brome approved. Or Brome safe. The other thing is I can squeeze a radar in there. They all got assigned? Just double checking. No. Now they're assigned. Let's move one power pole. Okay. 4. There. I think I will... Oh, no, not there. Oh, they haven't actually done there properly. I probably should, because then I can blueprint the whole thing and then use it for the next lot. It's made of tin, his song's on. Down 1. It's actually still off by 1, but that's fine. There. There we go. That is better. Betterer. One job. Not to do that, and I keep doing it. How's the coverage? I like the connection at the top, though. Okay. Zombie Moose, thank you for follow. So I've gone from that to this. Zombie moose tacos. Something like that. What was it? The college? A zombie chicken taco, that's it. Also handy for cleaning up these doodads, actually. So 1, 2... Oh, I guess that works. 6... 7... 8... and 9... That can all bugger off. Bugger off. Next patch. And so that's 10 in the space of a fraction of what was there before. Hooray! How much of this can I build? Oh, green wire doesn't actually connect, I don't think. No, it doesn't. I just string it across. I don't actually need that, come to think of it. Need the train counter mod? Yeah, it reaches without need for it. How about that? I have a train counter that's angry at the minute. It's going to show OBS how many trains I have. Oh, okay. Auto save. That's the one Shred Guy has, isn't it? It's funny, I built that and then deconstructed it and didn't save any of it. Is what the radars were for. There was space in the middle for the radars. Alrighty. So next step is to go there. As drunkly as possible, I will lay these tracks out. As drunkenly as possible. I'm going to keep it as a tighter spacing than usual. This is just a starting point as well. I'll stretch it out as I need to in the future. Once it's running. Once the log jam is cleared. It's kind of important to get the jam cleared for now. Can't have jam all over your tracks. That looks about right. Yep. Just sticky fingers or something, leaving jam everywhere. I was really hammering into him today. Oh, I did keep it after all. Thought I'd delete that blueprint. Actually, that doesn't work because it mirrors not... It flips, not rotates. It's top quality jam. No denying it. It's very finely processed. Like, it's not chunky. It's like a really fine jam. It's not chunky and gritty. Well, apart from the stones from the side of the track. Narrow dig. Thank you for that there. It is actually, the other thing is yet another mod that eats UPS. It's called Flavor. Pump up the champ. I don't know why that song is so popular. It's barely a song. It's always big. I don't know. It's just not that good. Technotronic are really overrated as a noise-making entity. Very selective with the wording there, the phrasing. Culturally significant, apparently. Apparently, yeah. Hello, also. I don't know what they did to deserve such an honour. It's 8. And number 9. Let's go over and find number 10. Turn that off. It's 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so now I've just got to set these. 10. And 9. 9. 8. 7. It's got to be the same number as the actual stop. The stop number. It's the address A of 6. And these should all be done. 5, 4, 3. Yeah, looks good. Green, 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 green. To Unlimited up next. Now you're starting to get somewhere good. Some would disagree. Are they from Sweden, though? I think they're from Sweden. So 11, 12, 13, 14. Got one more. I can't remember. Hey Gomez, yes, trains. Upgrading the iron, oh, not just iron, but all of the holding stations finally. It's something that I've been putting off for a long time. Partner push from someone else on Factorio. I should do that. Do a partner drive. There's a lot of things I need to do. I need emotes too. There's no incentive to have a higher tier sub if there's no emote there for you. Milli Vanilli, best vocalist of all time. Hey, gimme. I don't know why Milli Vanilli cops it the worst. Even though everyone used to do it. Or you might be referring to Milli Vanilli for something else. It actually loses a lot of space there. Emote and move base one tile to the left. The trouble is, half the stuff I do is hard to express as an emote. So I wonder if I can do sort of a that. Dear. What have I done? What am I doing? Does it come to this? It does work. Oh dear. I mean, it does reduce the amount of space it takes up. Having said that, the entire thing is now so much more compact. It's easier for trains to cross. It does look interesting. I believe the expression is if it fits, it sits. Like, that's as tight as it can be. So, I don't necessarily have to use it, but I can work from there. Need that fake loop. It's got to make a lot of people cry. Actually, I might be able to make something out of that. Let's get rid of all that. Where's that blueprint? So, because it's actually dependent on the second one. This one here. What's the original blueprint there? Just clear up that. Why do I need the extra track? I need somewhere for the trains to reach halfway. So I don't want one big junction, which is because that's bad. So the trains on the far end get somewhere to go all the way across. I think another option was also to have like another option is to have them coming in either side, but that's more problems. Yeah, so what I realized was I could actually do something like that. And make it less pronounced. I could also move the roboports. It's not quite as bad now. It's probably something that'll demand a revisit in the not too distant future. There and there. I'll go the signals, and then just need to do the same thing on the other side. It's not so bad now, is it? Doesn't hurt that much. Yeah, this base does actually troll in a lot of ways. That's all 15. Bleh. What's your opinion of a Roboport base? I kind of got tired of those types of bases. The old train towns bot base isn't that interesting for me. Just bring that wire across. Because once you build a train town type base, that's pretty much it. Forever. I have enough room for like 10 more. It's ridiculous. No robot... no robot base, sorry. I wouldn't be able to do mining. Oh, that's a lot of red. The thing lights up red when I get tagged. Mention changing the base 90 degrees. It is simple because it wouldn't immediately cause the full revamp the entire intake. I think this was this is actually the result of the original revamp. 90 degrees. Nah, it doesn't really work. Now belt only is... You can't go entirely belt only because you really need the bot mining. Belt mining does suck in many ways. It does have performance problems. Schmooberga, think of it like. So what happens normally when I see something that I have no idea how to say it, I'll just guess it. Usually with entertaining results. Yeah, mining productivity really kills it. Because it can't output. Oh, actually colliding. You're all no pathing. Just need a hole to go down to. Like that. Like that. There. Darken cover. Belts are good for making the factory go. They're not so good at mining. 14. Thirteen. Yep. 12. And lastly, 11. Should that, to be honest, it's completely made up as far as I know. Francis Schmubdugger. Shrubdugger? That works for me. Shrubdugger. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2, 4. I thought I saw 5. Oh, V2 already. Huh. Reddit has varying degrees of accuracy and validity in what they say. Remember that time when Reddit supposedly tracked down the Boston bomber? And it was just some completely random person. the problem with Reddit. Like, at its core. It's just people that think they know what they're doing, but mostly don't. Mojo and Will streaming. Yes, I know. Will's on early. I'm actually on late too. I want to try and round out 3 hours. So got another hour left. Okay. So I need some more radarage over here. Now I just got to connect up the outputs. So we put up the first video, and yeah, finally sorted that out. And the first comment was, what fuel the train's using? I'm sure the reply, I haven't actually checked yet. The reply is, why don't you use nuclear fuel? Because this is YouTube comments we're talking about. The average intelligence of a YouTube commenter is pretty low. Probably shouldn't use a scorched earth policy on all this stuff, but yeah, whatever works. Average negative number, yes. There are exceptions. Did you actually post that comment? I wasn't paying attention to the name. On the Steel Axe Run video, someone told me I should roll a map with more huge rocks in the start in a red desert. I was like, you don't say. I'm fairly certain in that run, I actually did use a huge rock. Use the scorched earth policy at work. That's the way. Some person had messed with his tools, so I figured it was both guys on 6 shifts, so I pumped grease into a container and put their tools in it. Ah, that's brutal. Damn it. Why you do this? Is it the fun kind of factory life, or is it the dull kind? Because it can vary. Yeah. At least 1 minute it was pretty good. Nice. When was the last time you got someone to go looking for a long wait? That's a classic. Find some elbow grease. Metric pipe cleaners, left-handed spanners. There's so many of them. Apprentice hazing and work experience hazing their work experience kids. It's always fun. A long stand. Oh, the metric pipe cleaners was one of the best. That was a 2-hour adventure trying to find them. Small engine assembly. Ooh. It's just out of bot range. It's worst. Excellent. It's coming along nicely. IndyCar motors. There's not a lot going on there. At least not that I'm aware of, at least. I just need the other loop-de-loop, and then we're all good to go. There's that lovely looking herpaderp. Pretty heavy market in the EU. I'm surprised they're not sanctioning you to go replace, or you'll be a manufacturer actually. Not like a wholesaler, not a what is it? I'm trying to think. The person that makes the final product. You're not one of them, so you wouldn't be hammered by all kinds of taxes and tariffs because it's not electric. Okay. Turn that off. And that. Now we're down to stone. Damn, there's a lot of space saved. Ooh, there's a gap down here too. There's a gap down here, that's why. Tariffs aren't that bad unless you're in Norway. We do have plans to build the final bit, the actual Moar deck. Pressure washer, not 100%. Sure on... Show the final product. Yeah, you would be just the... You would supply the engine to someone who manufactures the entire thing. What? Oh, there's gappage. Norway. Yeah, it's actually interesting. There's a lot of the European countries have taxes and tariffs and like that. Zoom out on the map. Denmark apparently is pretty bad from what I hear. Is there anything in particular you want to see? Like the train jam? Steam engines? Solar? Nuclear? Oil? Biters? There's a lot of biters. There actually isn't enough generation to replace internal combustion either. Yeah, that's another row dead. Did that train leave? Yes, it did. It's leaving right now. It's ready to get stuck. There it is. Because apparently this is measured wrong. Electric cars, or any kind of green car, is questionably environmentally friendly. Because anything that's, basically everything that's environmentally, well, marketed as environmentally friendly, generally it uses composites and materials that are very not environmentally friendly. Anything but environmentally friendly. Carbon fiber is nasty. It's actually what killed my old laptop, the carbon fiber. The fiber, when you work with it, it gets into everything. It's nothing better than a PC power supply explosion because of a build-up of dust. You probably see it... You won't see it replace heavy vehicles despite what's going on. If anything, there hasn't been a major incident yet. And as soon as the first major incident occurs, then you'll see a huge... you'll see electric cars grind to a halt. Or the rollout of electric cars. There'll be some... It's once your cars get a bit more mature, once the lower quality recycled Chinese cells start appearing in new cars, refurbished packs, because they're still... Oh yeah, it's awkward. It's when the Chinese refurb, what was I saying? The Chinese refurb cells, which are recycled laptop batteries, start appearing in new packs, that sort of thing. Drill out near every miner that lights up when Auric equals 0. That's horrific for UPS. That's one active entity. Tristan, thank you for the 595, whatever it was. I missed the number. 5790. Yeah, the recycled batteries, and all that kind of thing. What else? The fast chargers and regular chargers, once the wiring starts aging, give them 5 years of being in place in various different conditions. I'm only just starting to see first-gen Tesla batteries, Tesla Roadster batteries and Model S batteries on the second-hand market. So not quite there yet. Probably like 2020, start to see things will start getting interesting. That's when the main widespread adoption comes in. So, yeah, that's right. I think I figure out a way how more power to them. What's this? The first has already happened when my actually test card failure and crashed. Got fire and fire pretty much stood there. That's another problem is that people don't know what to do with it, lithium fires. Yeah, that's the thing that kills self-driving cars too, is exploits. And also, machine learning is nowhere near what people think it's capable of. It's really only pretty crude. It's still, I should say, crude pattern recognition. Now, stone. There's a bit of a problem. It's easy to build a high-performance car, but it's getting it lasting a long time is difficult. Because I know from the stuff that I've done, the batteries were flogged out. After 2 years, they were useless. So related to if something goes wrong there, the entire car is under high voltage. Yes, that's another thing. Yeah, most of the well-equipped, any of the well-equipped fire services already have training and procedures in place for EV fires, because that's part of the whole government side of things is sorting that sort of thing out, or at least in a country with a functional government. So I am at a bit of a I'm looking at it, I'm like, I wonder if I should add a 5th or 6th track. Yeah, that link can stay killed. Netherlands? Not entirely. It's interesting, you would have thought the Europeans would have been all over it, but it's not actually the case. So I still got to move copper too. It's interesting, the stones sort of inherited that space there. I suppose now I need to compact this down. So... to make it even funnier, we had a Tesla plant in the region here. So it's just even weirder. You'd imagine that'd actually be at the ready. You'd think so. I just find it interesting. Europe is always portrayed as fairly sophisticated and with it, but it's... truthfully, it's not the case. It's basically the same everywhere, really. It's things like Europe's always portrayed as having good internet, but it's not really entirely the case. Case in point is Auntie's internet, which is actually pretty awful. You need a connection. There we go. Yeah, the problem is I've got to move copper now. How much space did it take up? Not a hell of a lot. I also need a mirror of it. Got amazing internet. It seems to only be in population center. Like, the thing is, the server that we're on for the PvP map is in Germany. Anti's in Germany, and he has the worst latency to it. So... Germany is the worst according to some. From what I understand, it's very dependent on where you are. The way I always understood it was that it was a function of how much was blown up in World War II depends on how good the infrastructure is. I kind of want to do copper. This is actually really awkward because I should have moved, probably should have moved that first to its final position. Might have to do a temporary stone kind of deal. Just deconstruct that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put this back down. Yeah, that's a bit tricky. The government did pass a bill that forces the entire country to get broadband access. So no idea what year, 2025. Huh. How about that? So that's the similar sort of deal everywhere. Just getting people to roll out high-speed internet. Let's rebuild it from scratch. It's blocked by the major ISPs. Now, that's interesting. I might keep stone at 3. Oh, will I make it consistent? There should be room to. So there. Well, actually there. I think it was that. Slide down that way. Germans and telephone. That's old as old can be. So from what I understand, ISDN only exists over there is because there was a very strict policy about connecting equipment that is not a telephone to the telephone network. Germany was one of the worst for that, and they were one of the worst for phone rates for modem services. I remember hearing it was like it could be up to like $8 a minute at its worst back in like '96. It's too low too. Okay. The BBS days, yeah. I don't think ADSL counts as high-speed internet. I actually don't know why the US also doesn't embrace it, never embraced it. Because it's actually the better of the choices. I'm building 4, but it doesn't actually need it. Although technically this can be used for copper. Lowest legal standard, which is fairly easy to get to. It's only 20. One of the biggest problems is they try to predict what the demand will be, and it's not really how internet growth works. It tends to grow in very sudden and abrupt bursts. Rural German people are happy to get 6. Yeah, it's like that everywhere. Not an Amiga, Commodore 64. I actually didn't get access to the internet until like 90... home internet until like 98. Let's set this in the right place. Could probably flippity flop the whole thing round. I used a lot of library time before then. Oh yeah, that's right, the cell stuff. So 2... Nope, that's refusing for some reason. What's it blocking? Signal there, that's why. 2, 3, 4... 4 will do. Ah! It's drunk. Drunk rails are drunk. And I'm out of chains. It's funny, we always had data caps, and it was never really too big of a deal. Unless you were some torrenter, then it was a big deal. But otherwise, it normally wasn't a problem. Did I see a signal? No, I didn't. I'm in the wrong spot still. It's a job for the decon planner. One, 2, and 3, and 4. Oh yeah, nowadays a 50 gig limit is a problem, but 500 to a terabyte, you actually have to try. I have a 1 terabyte limit. My phone has 3.5 gig limit. Signal missing on leftmost lane. I need to acquire more signals from the network. Oh, I have. How close am I? Probably not very, in all honesty. Because that's stone, which is only temporary because I need it to unjam the rest of the network. I should build that too. Well, who's first? Stone 5. Alright. And this is also going to be used for copper. So, 1, 2, nope, 2. Not close enough because I always find something new to revamp. Always. Netflix was one of the... Wait a minute. It's only 4. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Missing chain signals on the leftmost. Oh, you mean these? Yeah. That was what I was waiting for the chain signals for. They all need to be moved up. Apparently. This didn't allow for this part here. Oh, more. I'll fix this first then. One at a time. If I could hit the signals and not the damn track. Works for me. Concentration is real right now. Okay. Oh, there's another one there. And there. And there. They're all good. It's output, output, output. Output, output, output. There. I saw the white. Oh, now I'm out again. There. Yes, PS4 is disk and download. It's funny, it actually reminded me of the controversy of the Half-Life 2 release, where the box had no media in it, and it just came with a link to the download. And most people, the average internet in this country couldn't support the Half-Life 2 download at the time. I remember trying the demo at the time, and it was just impossible to play it. Alright, stone ore 5, 5 and 5. Oops. Let's try that instead. 4, 4 and 4. Why you got a green wire on you? Damn it, now that I've noticed that, I'm gonna have to fix them all. It's gonna irritate me to no end. Three, 3 and 3. Yeah, you can still get CDs for pretty much everything. Physical media. Remember, the Japanese market likes physical copies. It's a very Western thing to want to do digital download of anything. I say Western, but it's basically non-Asian. Yeah, I figured as much. Because it's in the original. There it is. I might do that on my own time. Okay, starting to move again. Oh, you had to. There. I bet the next one goes to Stonehold 1 as well. It's once they clear out the way of here, then it's all good. Yeah, it's copper trains behind it. All of the copper trains. Off you go. Get out of the way, please. Here we go. Nope, there's another one. Another 2, actually. Okay. Back. What'd you miss? Some interesting discussions. Some trains are starting to move again. I'm trying to fight stone trains. To try and get things flowing. There's 3 iron trains. Angry, angry iron trains. In theory, these should actually start thinking about moving forward. There it goes. That should be all of the stone trains more or less out the way. Oh, there's a few more coming. But that should start flowing. See how long it takes to clear the junction. Do trains generate smoke when they use nuclear fuel? Yes. So theirs are on nuclear fuel and they still smoke. Yeah, it's still blocking. The game doesn't differentiate between smoke as in something combustible burning or smoke as in steam. Alright, that's moving up. You know what I should do is move down here. It's just angry. Actually starting to see some trains move down. Nice. It's so off-key sounding. Self-driving race cars, actually not too difficult to do. This is combinatory music. So last time we added programmable speakers to the track counter. What are you? J. Not actually producing anything yet still. Steel. There's no purple. Should be steel there. Yeah, now it'll start flowing. Base is completely empty of iron. That'll do it. How am I going to do the next bit is the real question. So next bit is to actually move this whole junction over to there to line it up. Cranium Gaming, they give away. And then I can finally fix stone once copper's done. Stone probably should actually have 2 unloaders as well. Is hold input getting strawberry jammed? It's pretty good actually right now, but it's it doesn't have a full connection. Where's a hole? Let's make a hole. Train. There. That's fine. The thing's so long, you've got an eternity until it actually gets there. Yeah, this thing needs to be connected. Shouldn't this... Oh. It should be S. Okay. You come over there. Oh, this isn't actually set. So I'm going to count down through all these. It's probably a good thing that didn't connect then. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Greetings from Sweden. Any tips for a beginner? Sorry, I didn't get to see that. Get addicted. Oh, too late. Yep. That's what you gotta watch out for. Don't be afraid to make a mistake, basically. That's probably the best thing. There's no one answer that's optimally perfect, for the most part. Bye-bye trains. This is not actually being addressed. Away they go. Yeah, it really is a matter of just don't be afraid to make mistakes and tear it all down and start again. You don't have to restart every time something doesn't go your way. It actually is more of a... It hurts you more in the long run if you do that than it does help. Because then you have to go through that whole early game process again every time you restart. So you want to try and avoid it if at all possible. They're escaping. Yeah, 4 train. Whoop. Get dizzy just thinking of graph 1 is better, and then the next step. Yeah. That's pretty common. It's like you just set up green signs, got everything all happening, and then you look at setting up blue signs. It's just like, it's just crushing. How's this going? 2k. I'm actually having problems down here now. I think that's more just the surge of traffic. The thing's cleared at least. Played for a bit and then restarted a new map. Played a bit and then did the base, same world. Blue is always a huge jump because it introduces oil. And an enormous amount of iron at the same time because it's... What is it? It's engines. Engines which to a new player is pretty daunting to set up. Oil, which is a huge undertaking. Because you've got to set up a whole lot of intermediate processes. And then mining drills, which is just an iron sink. Gonna make the min required and do the rest that way. Whoops. Yeah. I need to stop procrastinating on this and actually do it.